the countdown to the crucial Karnataka Assembly elections results expected tomorrow. BJP and Congress both have claimed that they are confident of forming the government by themselves, even as the exit polls have predicted advantage Congress, but have not ruled out a hung verdict. In that case, if it is a hung verdict, the role of JDS becomes crucial, often seen as kingmakers in Karnataka politics. Karnataka has never voted a political party to power for a second consecutive. Second, it's a huge prestige battle for Congress and BJP. And BJP is Karnataka is the only state where BJP is in power in south of India, and Congress will be hoping that it will be able to return back in power in Karnataka. Well, I'm being joined by my colleagues Shrija in Bengaluru as well as Sunil. Prabhu, big day tomorrow. First to you, Shrija. What is the action on the ground? How have these top leaders been preparing for the big day tomorrow? Operation Kamal or resort politics really not alien in Karnataka?
Well, that's right. In fact, just a few more hours to go for the counting, and also it will decide which party, or rather parties, are going to occupy, especially the Vidhan Sauda, the power seat or the corridors that we call it. But what we did see today happen was, especially, from the Congress side, you had a meeting, an internal meeting with Mallikarjun Kharge and various other Congress leaders, of course, are deciding on what really need to be done in terms of the risk analysis. They were trying to work that out. But also, on the other hand, we had, B.S. Yedurappa also called for an internal meeting, especially with Basavaraj Bommai and also other top key leaders of the BJP right here in the state of Karnataka. So while you had both these national parties, the Congress and the BJP, in a huddle, on the other hand, of course, that the JDS, the regional party that you call it, the kingmaker usually during the elections. We see that Mr. Kumaraswamy is right now in Singapore. He's taken a break. He will be arriving tomorrow morning when the counting begins. And of course, we are hearing from our sources that, top sources from both, especially whether that is Congress or the BJP, that some of the leaders individually, even Mr. Bommai as well, from the BJP, the chief minister, he went on to confirm to NDTV saying that while as a party they might not have reached out to the JDS, but there are several leaders within the BJP who have reached out to the JDS for a coalition.
Right.
But just like how you pointed out, yes, Karnataka ever since 1985 have not seen any government or a party being voted back to power. So this time around we see that the Congress is riding high on especially anti-incumbency, hoping to make a comeback.
Right. Sunil, a lot of action expected in the national capital as well. BJP put all its might behind all central ministers. So many of them top leaders were campaigning extensively in Karnataka. You also had Congress top brass campaign in Karnataka, not as much as the BJP top leaders. But what are we expecting in the national capital?
Well, actually, to be very honest, Sneha, I have never seen a campaign where the Congress party for the first time has really campaigned excessively and done hyper-local campaigns. They've ensured that it's on local issues and focused about it. Yes, there has been, as you rightly pointed out, for the BJP, the central ministers, the Prime Minister, all coming here to Bangalore to ensure that they continue to campaign, but they have consistently made that point, and they will they believe that the Prime Minister and Narendra Modi's image will be able to carry them forward. But having said that, the real issue still will remain about the Congress party, because it's a make or break for them in terms of the elections this time round.
Right, Sunil, you have a long day ahead tomorrow as well, along with Shrija, so I hope you'll be feeling better.
The big Karnataka players in separate huddles hours before the counting for the crucial Karnataka state election.
I will not change my expectation, I will not change my numbers. I am fully confident Congress party will come to power.
What about in case young assemblies come, what will be?
Nothing will happen. I am confident the people are wise enough for Karnataka. Why fracture minded? No fracture.
Who will become the CM if Congress is if it is coming to power?
My Congress president, former two Congress president Rahul ji and Sonia ji will decide.
Very much confident
Yeah.
that people of Karnataka will vote back us to power and will give a very strong and stable government and a government for development.
Do you have a number, final number after your analysis?
Yeah, we will be crossing the magic figure.
Magic figure. A big question in Karnataka right now. Will the JDS emerge as the kingmaker, as exit polls have predicted? The JDS said ex-Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy is on a short break in Singapore, and the party is undecided on who to go with in the event of hung assembly.
So you haven't decided that you will go for the coalition?
No, we will wait for the election results and we will take the decision.
Few hours to go to decide which party, or rather parties, will occupy this power seat Vidhan Sauda. Hung assembly is what's being predicted by several exit polls. Now the political fortunes of Karnataka Chief Minister Basuraj Bommai, Congress heavyweights D.K. Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah, and JDS's Kumaraswamy will be decided tomorrow. In Bengaluru with Kumar Shija for NDTV.
I'm joined by the Congress President, Mr. Karge, who has really worked tirelessly day and night. What do you have to say about this entire election, sir? Because you have given and you ensured that the Congress is seen fighting this time right across.
No, I will react only tomorrow morning after seeing the full result. Before that, I don't want to comment anything. But anyway, we are going to win with thumping majority.
Do you have a fear about Operation Kamal, sir? Like last time, are you taking any precautions?
Let us see after the result. The number tells itself what to do and what not to do.
JDS is saying that you are reaching out to them. Is this true?
Nobody reached me.
Okay. Thank you. Here it is, Mr. Karge, the Congress President, who has been working and campaigning across the city and the state of Karnataka, will remain in Bangalore tomorrow, as he says, and making it clear that they haven't yet reached out to the Janata Dal Secular, and they'll wait for the numbers and then take a decision. With camera person Nagaraju, Sunil Prabhu, NDTV.
Of course, stay tuned to NDTV for all the details, updates on the big day of results for the Karnataka Assembly elections. And the Central Bureau of Investigation has filed a corruption case against Sameer Wankhede, the anti-narcotics officer who arrested Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan in the alleged drugs on cruise case 2 years ago. There have been searches on his at the premises of Mr. Wankhede in several locations. In fact, he was the Mumbai Zonal Chief of the Narcotics Control Bureau when Aryan was arrested or when the raid the cruise ship off the city's coast in 2021 did happen. And I'm being joined by my colleague Sohit for more on this. Sohit, what are the grounds really on which the case has been registered against Mr. Wankhede?
If you look at what what is being said by the agency, they are saying that it has been further alleged that an information was received by the Mumbai zone of NCB in October 2021 related to consumption, possession of narcotic substances by various individuals on a private cruise ship. And it has also been alleged that the said persons entered into a conspiracy in order to extort an amount of 25 crores approx from the family members of an alleged accused of the case by threatening them of accusation of offences of possession of narcotic substances as per alleged directions. And the zonal director at that time, who was Sameer Wankhede, a token amount of 50 lakh as bribe was alleged. Obtained in furtherance of the conspiracy by the said person, and based on that, as of now, the accused, as per the investigation till now, is Sameer Wankhede, who was the then zonal director. There was Vishwa Vijay Singh, the then superintendent of NCB. There's Ashish Ranjan, the Mumbai Zonal Unit intelligence officer. Kiran Gosavi, a very important person, Sneha, as well as Sanvil D'Souza and others. Now, if you remember, when this entire thing was happening, at that time, NCP MLA Nawab Malik every day in the morning without fail, he used to do a press conference and say that there is alleged corruption happening in this case. And now what we are seeing is that a case is being registered. Number one. Number two, at that time we also interviewed one of the person who was the bodyguard of Kiran Gosavi. That person, Mr. Sunil, is no more in this world. But even at that time, there was an affidavit filed by him in which he said that he heard people over there who were saying that we have to take a bribe or in total collect 25 crores in this entire Cordelia cruise case, out of which few crores were to be given to Samir Wankhede. We in fact interviewed that person at that time, who is no more in this world. He was the bodyguard of KP Gosavi. And after few months, now what we are seeing is that all of these figures, be it the 25 crores or be it the entire allegation by the NCP MLA as well as NCP's Mumbai President Nawab Malik regarding Samir Wankhede, and now cases being registered, and now a matter has been registered of getting bribe on the entire Cordelia cruise case. So it is a very big thing, because we saw how politically it was important at that time. The NCP along with Shiv Sena and Congress were in power, the MBA was in power, and they have been alleging and complaining that there is bribe that is being taken, and now a case has been registered against Samir Wankhede.
Right, Sohit. And in fact, Aryan Khan, who spent 4 weeks in jail, was cleared of all charges by the anti-drugs agency in May 2022 due to lack of evidence or sufficient evidence. And thank you very much, Sohit, for joining us with all of those details. And moving on to what's been happening in Pakistan, ex-Prime Minister Imran Khan has got bail in all cases, which is around over 200 cases against him, and he's got protection from arrest till 17th May. This is a major relief for Imran Khan, and PTI, his political party, will also be seeing it as a shot in their arm or a political victory for Imran Khan and his party. However, this seems to be a very long-drawn political battle in Pakistan, as it were. Prime Minister of Pakistan has gone ahead and justified the arrest yet again. And this relief, temporary relief for Imran Khan, comes days after his dramatic arrest from the Supreme Court, from the High Court in Islamabad, where the Rangers had broken open windows and dragged him out and taken him into custody. And eventually the Supreme Court of Pakistan had slammed the arrest as unlawful and illegal.
And that happens. There's just one man.
It seems ultimately, though, it's you versus the security agencies, and perhaps on your side is a bit of the judiciary as well.
No. It's not the security agency. It's one man, the army chief. There's no democracy in that in the army. The army is getting maligned by what is happening right now, and sadly, the events that happened when I was inside, I only found out afterwards. Because army is getting maligned because of one man, and one man is scared.
And the Allahabad High Court has directed the Archaeological Survey of India to conduct a scientific survey of a structure which Hindu petitioners claim is a shivling inside the Gyanvapi Mosque in Varanasi. The Varanasi District Court had denied the petitioners' request for the survey in October last year. And the day after, the Supreme Court ruled that the Delhi government and not the centre will handle the appointment of bureaucrats in the capital's administration. The years-long standoff returned to the court again after the transfer of an official, a senior bureaucrat, was blocked. Arvind Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party government has approached the Supreme Court, alleging that the BJP-led government at the centre was obstructing the transfer of a bureaucrat that they had ordered immediately after the Supreme Court's landmark judgment. And a contractual in-charge assistant engineer, Hema Meena, working with the Madhya Pradesh Police Housing Corporation, draws a monthly salary of around 30,000 rupees, but has turned out to be owning wealth running into crores. And the Lokayukt in one of the raids has made some huge recoveries, including very expensive vehicles and jewellery.
20 vehicles, including 5 to 7 luxury cars, 20,000 square feet of land, 2 dozen cattle of the prized gear breed, around 100 dogs in cages, and a high-end 98-inch TV worth 30 lakh rupees. These are just some of the recoveries from Hema Meena, a contractual in charge assistant engineer with the Madhya Pradesh Police Housing Corporation, who earns only 30,000 rupees a month. The office of the Madhya Pradesh Lokayuk that carried out a raid based on a tip-off said that team has unearthed assets worth around 7 crores, a staggering 232% more than her known source of income.
जी हाँ, वो सर्च चल रही है, बहुत सारे रूम्स हैं, बहुत बड़ा प्रतिष्ठान है और वैल्यूएशन का जो काम है थोड़ा टाइम लगता है, तो उसमें अभी एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू तब आएगी हमारे का.
But there's more. An initial investigation revealed that Miss Meena first purchased 20,000 square feet of agricultural land in her father's name, then constructed a large house worth around 1 crore. There has been no explanation so far on how the government official managed to amass so much wealth without being noticed. On Thursday, a team from the Lokayuk Special Police Establishment entered Ms. Meena's upscale bungalow under the guise of repairing solar panels. She has now been removed from MP Police Housing Corporation. In Bhopal, with camera person Rizwan Khan, Anurag Dwari for NDTV.
And India's auto industry records highest ever April sales. But before that, let's just go into details of what has emerged as India's retail inflation data. India's retail inflation has fallen to 4.7% in April, lowest since October 2021. The April inflation eased to 4.7% versus March inflation of 5.66%. In fact, the April food inflation also eased to 3.84% versus 4.79% in March. And India's auto industry has recorded its highest ever April sales. Sakshi Bajaj brings us more.
As per India's auto industry body, the Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers, the month of April has witnessed highest ever sales. Passenger vehicle sales reported 12.9% growth in April, and all segments reported growth in April 2023 versus April 2022. Now, according to the auto industry body, good rainfall can also help the auto industry sustain this growth momentum going forward. And importantly, two-wheeler sales have also reported 15.1% growth in April. Now remember, two-wheeler sales are considered as a barometer really of the health of India's rural economy. And the auto industry in general is a sign of the country's economic growth. Experts in the industry believe this is a positive indicator for the sector and are hopeful for the months going forward.
And in a historic move, the California State Senate has passed a legislation that would ban caste-based discrimination in the state. California is the first U.S. state to add caste as a protected category in its anti-discrimination laws.
So SB 403 does not actually contain...
A big win for California's first Muslim senator and American human rights activists in their bid to outlaw caste discrimination in the state.
Strongly support this bill. Thank you.
This as the California Senate voted to pass a landmark law that would ban caste discrimination in the state. The law was passed with a 34-1 majority vote, making California the first U.S. state to add caste as a category in its anti-discrimination laws.
SB 403 is a simple bill that does not harm nor target any specific community nor religion. It clarifies that caste discrimination will not be tolerated in California under our Fair Employment and Housing Opportunity Act and the Unrest Civil Rights Act. Caste is a civil, racial, gender, workers, women's, and human rights issue.
This landmark bill follows the Seattle City Council's historic legislation banning caste discrimination earlier this year, as well as resolutions to designate caste as a protected category passed by some other entities. Data shows nearly 6 million South Asian Americans living in the states are affected by caste discrimination. As per Equality Lab's data, 1 in every 4 caste-oppressed people has faced physical or verbal abuse. The question of caste remains hugely significant for the Indian diaspora in America. Vedant Agarwal for NDTV.